Welcome back to the Tracie Trendy Show, my lovelies. Another day, another dollar, and another deep scrubbing of life after lockup. My loves, Kyrock and Brit. There's not much to talk about them. They jump out of the plane without helmets on their head. I don't know how much marbles Brit got in her brain, but she jumped off the plane. And they got touched ground, and it's all like, will you marry me? Oh, tears and kisses. As that's the end of the scene there. I hope it stays the end. I'm tired of Kyrock and Brit if that's all they got to offer. Now, Louie and Mel. Apparently, Louie is cuter in Jersey in Mel's eyes. And her family, on the meantime, is worried that, she might be making a bad decision with these cons. And she surprised them at the barbecue. And, so, hey, here's Louie. And they berate, they bomb him with a whole bunch of questions. And he stood up there, he held his own. Now, Melissa says, the reason she probably likes a bad boy was because her dad was a player. And according to Melissa, he saw more asses than a toilet seat. But Ron, he's trying to stand up for his daughter. He's saying, look, I don't need a man laying up on my daughter. And Louis said, being locked up taught him a lot. And he's not going to lay up on Mel. So in the meantime, in between time, it seemed like Louis and Mel, they're like cookies and cream because it's all good now. Melissa's like sees him in a new light. We'll see how long this keeps up. Lindsay and Blaine. Now, this is their first appearance on this season. They got their home. They're setting up their home as well. They're particularly setting up Miley's room because she's going to move in with them. And Blaine's kid is already with them, his son. Blaine's a little bit worried that Lindsay's taking on more than she can chew because usually when she gets upset, she takes off. And she's never been a full-time mom. Now this is their first appearance on this season, and they show them moving into their new humble home. They're setting up Miley's room. We come to learn that Blaine had already moved in his younger son because the mom is not involved. So the kid is kind of taken to Lindsay. He thinks of Lindsay as a mom, but Blaine's worried that moving in Miley might be a little bit too much more than she can handle. Because Molly's a teenager and Lindsay's never done a full-time mom gig. So he knows how she runs off when she gets upset and gets hot on the handle. He just doesn't want her to, go the wrong path. And so is the great grandmother. She's worried about Lindsay's taking on more than she can handle as well. She kind of feels sad that Miley's leaving, but she knows this is the right thing because it's time for Lindsay to step up and be a mama. Okay? So I think that's going to work out pretty well. I see them on Instagram. Seems like it's going to work out. Hopefully it stays working out. Now moving on to Michael and Justine. At this point in filming, Michael hasn't seen his kids in 5 months. So they all hit the road. That's Justine and her kids and Michael Jr. That's the one kid that lives with him. I think that was his oops baby. And they all had to Rhode Island to see the kids that he hasn't seen in almost half a year. And Justine and Michael don't want to tell those kids that they're moving to Vegas because they feel it's the best financial decision to move cross country even further from his children. And Mike's kids feel as if he's the father to other kids, but not them. And his daughter, who's oldest, she knows him, more because she's 16. She knew him since she was 10 years old before he was locked in the pokey. And she feels a certain kind of way when she finds out he's moving all the way to Vegas, along with having a baby, without spending any time with them. Now, I don't care how Michael and Justine try to spin this story on how Vegas is good. He wanted to go to Vegas because he think he can pop off this rap career. That's what he thinks. And yeah, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Because that's the sacrifice seeing your kids. You already missed 6 years. Now you're missing a half of a year. Now you're going to miss more time. Moving on. Now this is really making me upset, you guys. Take that, Michael Justine too, but this whole fake scene with Taylor and Chance, Sharpie Entertainment needs to be ashamed of themselves. This whole Bobo the Clown scene was ridiculous. He's going up and down the street while Taylor and her sister Bobby are outside on the yard doing whatever. I don't know what they're doing. And they wonder why he driving around the street so much. And I'm like, Bobo is just someone that the production team thought needed to be inserted into the storyline, when in fact Taylor and Chance's relationship is a hot mess and they don't need any more help to stir the pot. Anyway, if this man going up and down the street wanted to kick Chance's butt, I wouldn't think he wanted to do it in front of a whole television crew. Okay? So he's going up and down the street, up and down the street. And they wonder what he's looking at. Normally, I would say, well, he's looking at the camera. But for them not to even, like, whoa, what is he looking at? And for him to be wanting to find Chance and waiting for him, keep going down the street, knowing that there's a camera crew, knowing they're both felons, and if he instigates it, he might go back to the pokey. So all of this makes no sense at all. No sense at all. That scene with Derek and Monique at night when the PO was after them in the dark, that made a lot of sense. That was authentic. Now this right here, Sharp need to fire their writers. Fire them. You don't need them. These people are a train wreck all themselves, and we want to see authenticity. That's all. That's all we want to see. Now, I'm going to get off my soapbox. We're going to count these winners and losers. All right, who we got? Kyrock and Brit. Brit winning. She's winning. She's winning. So I know she's a con, but she's going to get a point for the non-cons. Louie and Mel. Louie's winning. Louie's winning because he's getting some respect on his name. So he's got a point for the con. Lindsay and Blaine. I'm going to give that point to Lindsay because she's getting a point for stepping up to be a mom. So we're at 2-1 cons. Michael and Justine. Michael and the bird. Justine. You know what? Michael's a bird too. He's a bird too. So, who wins? Neither one of them. Skip it over to Taylor and Chance. They ain't winning either. They're not winning. Nobody's winning. Well, you know what? I'm going to give it to Taylor because she's kind of wising up and seeing that this relationship is not the greatest. So that's a 1 point for the non-cons. So we have Brit winning, we have Louie winning, got Lindsay winning, and we have Taylor winning. We officially have a tie. I'm excluding Michael and Justine. Taylor, realizing her relationship is on the rocks, is probably authentic. So therefore, they get a point. That's it, my love. That's our little deep cleaning and my little soapbox rant of Life After Lockup. Now, you know what you got to do. If you have not subscribed, what is holding you back, my loves? Hit that subscription bell and the notification as well. Always make a habit of checking that notification bell. Drop a line below. Share your thoughts. Share your thoughts, my loves. And I'm going to click in the comments section and find out some tea if there is any. But I got some tea on Bobby. I know that for a fact. I need to make a video on it. I'll probably put it out later on in the month. All right, my loves. I'm going to end it right here, and I'll catch you all out on the flip side. On.